Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Sumukascha Ekadantascha Kapilo Gajakarnakaha Lambodharascha Vikato Vignarajo Vinayakaha Dhumaketur Ganadhyakshaha Palachandro Gajananaha Vakratuldaha Surpakarno Herambaha Skandapurvajaha Shuklam Bharadharam Vishnum Sasivaranam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Dhyayet Sarva Vignopasantaye Yasyadvaradavaktraadhya Parishadhya Parasatam Vignam Nignanti Satatam Vishvaksenam Tamasraye Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheswaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Satchidananda Rupaya Krishnaya Aklishtakarine Namo Vedanta Vedhyaya Gurumjasam Sarvabhuta Hiteratam Vedabcha Bhaskaram Vande Samadhi Nilayam Munim Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narotamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye. Now, with Bhagavan's grace, we are being blessed to partake a little bit of a slight glance into the Varaha avataram, the magnificence and the splendor of it. The rishis have started praising the stuti, performing their worship to Varaha Swami. We covered up to Slokam number 36 in our last session. Today and then 36. Here, as I mentioned to you, Bhagavan Varaha Swami is described as Yajna Swarupa, okay, the form of sacrifice. So what does it mean? So sacrifice is what this whole prapancham is. All the activities, everything that is taking place in this prapancham is really sacrifice only. We think of action, but as Bhagavad Gita, Swami teaches in Bhagavad Gita, Slokam 10 and Adhyayam 3, in Karma Yogam, you see, along with yajna is karma is born. In other words, look at it as a coin. One side is head, the other side is tail. But it's neither head nor tail. It's actually a coin, isn't it? It's like this. This action and sacrifice are inseparable. They are one and the same. They are one and the same. That we must understand. When we perform our action with that understanding that I'm actually performing yajna, I'm sacrificing, I'm not doing this, I'm not possessing this, I'm not acquiring this, right? And all the credit, so-called intellectual property, the IP credit, everything, whatever we do, belongs to Bhagavan. We keep on offering it to him where it really belongs. It becomes an yajna. And that form of action, I can understand the form, because we all do actions, we focus on this, whether we are managing a project or doing cooking or sweeping or talking or driving a car. We have some kind of an understanding of the form of the action, right? If I'm pressing the accelerator in the car, yes, that's an action I can visualize. But sacrifice, what is taking place, how do I visualize it? Especially when the sacrifice, the whole universe is an embodiment of sacrifice. That Yajna Swarupa, these rishis are able to visualize it, are able to experience Bhagavan in every aspect of sacrifice that is taking place in this universe, and is able to see it as an angam, as part of Bhagavan's body only. And this Yajna Swarupam, they say, is not possible for people who are sinful people to even begin to understand, let alone get a darshan of it or experience it. You have to be very pure. So those rishis are describing the Yajna Swarupam, the way they experienced it. And that is where we are at. We started that in Slokam 36. There are different kinds of sacrificial rituals. They correlated to various rituals that are being performed. But you see, the idea is, when we say I'm doing Agnihotram as chewing, for example, or there are different, Prafitra, there are so many types of rituals they do. The whole idea is not the ritual that is a part of Bhagavan's body, but when they're performing that sacrificial, the various rituals prescribed in the Vedas, each one, they consider it as part and parcel of Bhagavan himself, as an hamsam of Bhagavan himself. This is what the way we have to realize, okay? So now we move on to 37. Now they're talking about a sacrifice called Deeksha, and then there is a sacrifice called Upasada, and Prayaniya, and Udayaniya, and Pravargya, and Sathya, and Avastya. Okay, there are various fires. Now, sacrificial rituals, as we covered last time, first the Sankalpam is there, second is the Havis, the offering is there, third the Agni, the fire into which it's being offered, that is there, and then the actual act of offering. All these are a part and parcel of rituals. So a sacrifice means fires are also required. Then you need Havis, which we call a Dravyam. The materials are required to offer. All those things will be talked about now. Okay, when we offer Havis, when we say, and we offer Havis, we take an ajyam, it could be ghee, or could be samit, or could be annam, the things we offer. But we take of it as annam or samit. No. They are one part of Bhagavan's body. So that's the way we must reorient our thinking and our imagination, and then our relationship with Bhagavan. And finally, we align ourselves to what is actually taking place. It is not a samit. It's not a piece of stick. It is not annam. It is not boiled rice. It is not ajyam. It is not ghee that we are offering. It is Bhagavan's aspect, Bhagavan's part of his body itself. When the ghee is poured into the fire, into the Agni, this is Bhagavan's eye. We must picture like that. That is what we have to learn from this Rishi's description. Now moving on to 37, again, Deeksha, Anujanma, Upasadaha, Sirodharam, Tvam, Prayaniyaha, then Udayaniya, Damshtraha, Jikhva, Pravargyaha, Tava, Sirshakam, Kratoho, then Sabhya, Avastham, Jitayaha, Asavaha Hite. Let me read the words, Padangal again, because as I said, most of the words are new to us, because we don't perform yagam. We're not versed at all in that, right? So number 37, starting again. Deeksha Anujanma, then Upasadaha, Siraha, Sirodharam, Tvam, Prayaniyaha, Udayaniya, Damshtraha, Jikhva, Pravargyaha, Tava, Sirshakam, Kratoho, Sabhya, Avasatham, Chitayaha, Asavahahi, Te. Asavam, Savam. Savam means we know immediately it's a corpse, right? Asavam is exactly the opposite of it, which is life breath. Okay? Now, Deeksha Anujanma. Anujanma means avatarams, various manifestations of Bhagavan that we see. That's going to come. Varaha Swami is one avataram. Why does avataram take place? Right? Now, Deeksha. Now, Deeksha can be translated into initiation, the act of initiation to do something. It's also a form of sacrifice. But Deeksha is also grace, Bhagavan's grace. When Bhagavan comes as an avatar Purushan and initiates me into the right path, so that I follow the prescribed margam, right, in my life, rather than wasting my time and wallowing in all kinds of wasteful things. All of a sudden, I get an objective, I get a pathway. Hey, this is what I must do. Improve my discipline, improve my talking, speaking skills, not harm anybody, thinking skills. All these things are important. We have to refine. So when we start on that path, the Avatara Purushan comes and initiates me to do that. So that is what Deeksha Anujanmaha, this process of initiation. But the moment you get into this path, discipline means sacrifice. You have to give up things. Niyamam means control, not taking everything. It's a selective process. In the process of selection, you give up things. And giving up is very important in life. And slowly, ultimately, we'll all give up the most important thing. But initially, to start that, the Deeksha, Bhagavan comes as Anujanmaha, various avatarangal, manifestations, cognizable manifestations. Upasadaha, siraha dharam, sirodharam. Now, upasadaha means in our life we have worldly desires, and we also have out of this world desire also, beyond this world desire too, right? All of us have this to different degrees. There are three kinds of desires. One coming out of relationships, another one coming out of activities, and third is ultimate goal, that each one of us, whether we acknowledge it or not, subconsciously, we're all saying the prayer, asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya, only, including a stone, a speck of sand also says the same prayer. All want to get back home. That's ultimate goal. That's a desire that is there. Then due to various desires that come about because of our relationships, you all know that, you analyze. Then through various activities, right? So participating in the session, for example, is not due to relationship among people, but because if it's a desire coming out of an activity. No, I must listen to Bhagavatam. I must want to understand word by word meaning. It's an activity generated desire, right? As an example. So upasadaha, these kinds of desires that come, what are they actually? They are, Swami, they are siro dharam. Siro means head. Dharam means support. The one that supports the head is a neck. So these desires that come about, let me worship them as Bhagavan's neck. Okay? Upasadaha siro dharam tvam, yours. Then prayaniyaha, the next word, udayaniya. Now, the prayaniya, udayaniya, damshtraha. Damshtraha are the tusks of the Varaha Swami that we can picture. And there are two of them. One is prayaniya, udayaniya. The prayaniya means the once of the Deeksha comes, the desires comes, and various results are obtained, isn't it? Then those results generate further desires, right? And keep on, this is the way we lead our life. We think we have achieved something, immediately there is something that's more to be done. So we go after that, then we go after that. It kind of goes on endlessly. But in that process, we are sacrificing continuously, sacrificing time allotted to me, sacrificing the lifespan allotted to me, sacrificing the energy, sacrificing my skills, whatever it may be, right? And the whole idea is, if I were to do this for the benefit of others, of the society and the world, then I'm carrying out Bhagavan's mission. I'm an instrument in his hand, but I'm doing it for selfish reasons. Still sacrifices take place, regardless of my motive, right? That is prayaniya. Udayaniya means when finally the desires are extinguished, right? That also has to be given up. Both are damshtraha. They are, rishis say, they Swami, these are your tusks. So prayaniya, udayaniya, damshtraha. Jihva pravargyaha. Pravargyaha means the activities that I have done earlier. Like right this moment, I'm speaking. Next moment, what I'm speaking now becomes in the past tense. I spoke. The prior activities also are sacrifices only, isn't it? I just told you, it's not, don't look at an activity as activity. That's a misnomer. That's a wrong way of looking at things. An activity is only a manifestation of a sacrifice. Activity is nothing but sacrifice. Think of everything as sacrifice. Everything is yajnam. Then that brings me closer to Bhagavan. Okay, the moment I think activity, then I'm limiting it to myself. The moment I see it as a sacrifice, then activity becomes a worship, isn't it? So that's an attitude I have to take. So the past activities, prior activities, that is pravargyaha, they are jihva, they are your tongue. That's the way they see. Okay? Then see tava jihva, your tongue, and sirshakam kratoho sabhya avastham. The sabhya avastham. let us take that first. There are two types of sacrifices, the rituals that are prescribed in the Vedas that the rishis do. Sathya is done in worship of Agni without sacrifice. Like there is no sacrificial, like a swaha mantram associated with that. Okay, like some puja and all that we do. Whereas avastham is where you worship Agni, also put the ahuti in it. Swaha, swaha, we say like that, right? That is when we are offering that. So the two types of activities, the ritualistic activities, sabhya and avastham. Then kratoho means these are the activities that describe these things. Sirshakam is your head, Bhagavan's head. Now, jitayaha asavaha hi te. The te means yours, The jitayaha, all these sacrificial activities that they've kind of listed up till now, all the sacrificial activities taking place in this universe, whatever form they may be ritualistic activities, sacrifices, yagam and yajnam and all that prescribed by Vedas, or people who don't even follow the Vedic injunction but still lead their life, they're also sacrificing, their lifespan is being sacrificed. All kinds of sacrifices that are taking place all together, aggregate, jitayaha, aggregate of them is what? Is te asavaha, that is your life breath. But now I can relate it. Everything I'm doing, my whole life, my whole body, mind, everything is going through continuously being burnt up in the fire of time, right? And kalagni, we say, right? In the fire of time I can relate to, yes, my body is slowly being consumed. Your body is slowly being consumed. Your energies, your capabilities, everything is slowly being consumed, and I can't do anything about it. In this process, I'm also doing activities which are also being consumed. I'm thinking, that's also being consumed. Everything is being consumed. Our thoughts, various thoughts and feelings, whatever happens to us, nothing is constant. Everything gets consumed, changes. What is actually taking place? All these sacrifices are your life breath. That's what Swami says. So, Bhagavan's life breath is prapancham, simply speaking. And prapancham came about through the pranava mantram. Pranava mantram is Bhagavan's life breath. Okay? That is the meaning of it. Chitayaha te asavaha. He means certainly. Deeksha anujanma upasadaha sirodharam tvam prayaniyaha udayaniyaha damshtraha jigva pravargyaha tava sirshakam kratoho sabhya avasattam chitayaha asavaha hi te. Number 38. Now, continuing with various other types of yagangal and homangal that the rishis do. One is a somayagam. Then there is a thing called savanas. Okay, savanas is another name. These are all various names. You don't have to memorize these things. Okay, and savanas means the various ritualistic activities we do in the morning. That is, that's called savanani. Then another thing is our body continues. There is different stages of the growth of the body. That's called avastitaha. If we say jagravasti, swapnavasti, and all that, avasti means experience. Avasti also means different stages of growth in the body that we all can relate to. And then samstha avibhedaha is another name. I'm going through this so that you can note it down. And there are the samstha avibhedaha denotes 7 types of ritualistic activity, the sacrificial activity. Just for your sake, I'll give you the name. You don't have to memorize or anything. Just appreciate that these are all various sacrifices that are being performed by themselves automatically. Whether I do them or not, whether I do it, whether I think I'm doing it or I'm not aware of it, doesn't matter. They are taking place. Okay, by themselves they're taking place. This is the beauty you learn in Adhyayam 3 in Bhagavad Gita also. We are not doing any activities. Again, we are not doing a single action in this world. The action is doing us. The action is doing me. The action is doing you. Now you're not doing the action. That's an important truth to understand. So samstha avibhedaha means 7 types of sacrificial rituals. That is Agnistoma, Atyagnisthoma, then Ukta, Sodasi, Vachapayi, that you may have heard the word of Vachapayi Yagam, okay? Then Atiratra and Aptoryama. These are the 7 types of rituals that are indicated by samstha avibhedaha. That's another set of sacrificial rituals, spiritual rituals. Now, as we mentioned earlier, sacrifice, the rituals, we can picture the Agni, right? Then there is Havis involved, various materials, what we call dravyangal, okay, dhatu, we say in Sanskritam, dhatu. So the dravyangal, the materialistic things that are required for that is also Bhagavan's body only, part of Bhagavan's body only. That's what he's going to cover. And then there's in Slokam very beautifully he mentions these various sacrificial rituals and the dravyangal and what those are, and he says, Swami, you are bound by yajna only. Namaste yajna rupaya yajna bhoktre namo namah yajna karte namo yajna priyaya cha namo namah. Is how Brihaspati worships him, as I shared with you when Bhagavan came in Garuda Vahanam in Swami Pushkarini on Tirumala Hills. Okay? Brihaspati worshipped him that way. Namaste yajna rupaya, same yajna rupam. Okay? It's one thing for me to say yajna rupam, but I don't know what that means. These rishis know, because they see him as form of yajna itself. And the rishis say, what is it that is binding you really? You are absolute, you cannot be bound by anything. We say bhakti, yes. But what is bhakti? Bhakti is love for God. And what is yajnam? Yajnam is nothing but love. Selfless love in action. No difference between bhakti and yajnam. And and that is, and Swami says, that's what binds me, right? That's how Damodaran, you can picture Krishna's story, being bound to that martyr. And it's not the rope. What binds Bhagavan, which means Bhagavan and Prakriti. Prakriti is Prapancham. Prakriti and Bhagavan, what is the relationship that binds them? And this Prakriti and Bhagavan is time immemorial. I mean, it goes through all the time, endless. But what is the binding? Binding is yajna. Okay, and there is no difference between Prakriti and Bhagavan. That also remember. So, somastu retaha savanani avastitaha samstha avibhedaha tava deva dhatavaha satrani sarvani sarira sandhihi tvam sarvayajna kartuhu. Your book may say kratuhu also. Let me see what, check your book, kartuhu as well as kratuhu. Both are mean slightly different things, but in Sahasranamam, you can see both names appear for Swami. So this is Slokam 38. Let me see what it says here. Sarvatam sarva yajna kratuhu, not kartuhu. Okay. Satrani sarvani sarira sandhihi tvam sarva yajna kratuhu ishti bandhanaha. Once more. Somastu retaha savanani avasthitaha samstha avibhedaha tava deva dhatavaha satrani sarvani sarira sandhihi tvam sarvayagya kratuhu ishti bandhanaha. Somastu retaha. Soma is one name of yagam. Soma yagam. Even today being performed in North India. Okay, it's a very involved yagam, not easy to do. Lots of discipline and lots of organizations required. Soma also is the name of a plant. Okay, And somarasam is something that is fairly commonly you will come across in Vedic rituals. Somabanam. Okay. Now, soma actually means, what does it really mean? Okay, what is it, banam, somabanam, that the rishis drink? Okay. It is not the drink from the tree, that as some people say. Maybe it may be that. I'm not saying no. But what actually soma means, sa uma. In the company along with Uma, that is Bhagavan Saha, the Parameswaran, in the company of, along with Tayar Parvati. What does it mean? When the divine parents are present and give me darshan, what does it mean to me? It means bliss. Soma means bliss, which is unadulterated, pure, divine bliss. Paramanandam and Atmanandam, whatever way you want to say. That those are all words we use. Soma means bliss. So, this bliss of Bhagavan, because Anando Brahman is what Veda Upanishad says, who have experienced him. And that Anandam and Satyam, Anandam Brahma, and Satyam Anantam Brahma, it says. That Anantam, Bhagavan is also Anandam, which is bliss. That bliss is what is present in the Prapancham. That is what is present in me, in you, and everyone. And because I am Ananda Swarupa, form of Ananda, I seek only happiness. All of us seek only happiness. Because that's our natural state. Our equilibrium state is only happiness, not misery. That is why when a child is playing in the crib happily and giggly and all that, nobody is worried. But the moment the child starts crying, everybody rushes in, oh my God, what went wrong, right? Because crying is not part of our nature. Happiness is. That's why we seek it. Okay? But we seek it in the wrong place. It is within us, not outside. Having said that, everything outside is also a reflection of what is within me only. The whole prapancham is within me now. So, the happiness in me, the bliss in me appears in so many ways in the prapancham. That is why every activity we do, we seek happiness and we derive temporary happiness because the object we are getting happiness from is temporary. Therefore, the happiness is temporary. Now, with this background, if you can enjoy the next this thing, you can understand properly. Somastu retaha. Now, retaha means semen, and somastu means happiness. It is just not only in the course of progeny and procreation that action is also made very blissful and happy, but this denotes the fact that every contact my senses make with the external objects, corresponding objects, gives me bliss. If I see a beautiful sunset, that gives me happiness. What is happening there? It is the same thing. Somastu retaha. Okay, that connection between me and the world that I have created is only somam only. It's only bliss. Except I am placing my happiness in temporary things and seeking it in temporary places. That's why I suffer. If I see it on the seat of happiness within me, it is permanent. Somastu retaha. Savanani avastitaha. Savanani, the various activities I do in the morning, whether it is right from the simple activities of excretion, which is a sacrifice, physical sacrifice, which goes to avastitaha, means the different stages of growth, or I do sandhya vandanam, or I do taking a bath, taking a shower, cleaning my body physically, and cleaning my mind through some meditation or whatever. Everything goes to avastitaha, experiences, different stages of growth. Those are all, remember, we think they are activities. It is not. When we talk about excretion in the bathroom, it's not an activity. It is apanaha. It is actually apanavayu. It is a beautiful Shakti that is. And that is only a sacrifice because it has to get rid of in order for the body to be healthy. Mind has got some cruel thoughts, some jealousy or some greed or or whatever, anger or whatever, that thing is agitating in the mind. It has to be gotten rid of, given up, for that mind can be peaceful. So this giving up, activity is actually giving up, is actually sacrifice. That savanani avastitaha, samsta avibhedaha, those 7 types of spiritual activities, rituals I mentioned to you, they are all Tava Deva Dhatavaha. Deva, O Lord, Tava Dhatavaha. They are all the dravyangal, the substances required for the for conducting the spiritual activity. They are like the ingredients of the body, such as skin and hair and all that. So even the substances, havis that we offer is not a material thing. It is, Bhagavan, it's like part of Bhagavan's body. It is Bhagavan's flesh. It is Bhagavan's hair. It is, everything is conceived to be part of this yajna rupam. Then next one is dhatavaha. Satrani sarvani sarira sandhihi. Satrani, Satra Yagam is what we started the Bhagavatam class with, right? When Saunaka comes. Satra Yagam can be performed anywhere between 1 year to 1,000 years. Different time periods are there. To a 12-month period to almost 1,000 years. Can be very long. Those types of, Satrani Sarvani, all types of Satra Yaga are Sarira Sandhihi. As the name implies, these are bodily joints. The joints of the body, these various Satra Yagangal. From yours. Sarva Yajna Kratuhu. Okay? And here, Sarva all, Yajna is Yajna Kratuhu. Understand it this way. 2 types of sacrifices. Okay? One is a sacrifice that we do in life. For example, taking a child to a piano class and getting stuck in traffic and getting angry and restless and frustrated and all that. Still, I'm sacrificing my time and my energy. What is happening? There is no happiness. Isn't it? That's called asoma sacrifice. Okay? Asoma sacrifice. That means no happiness. That is yajna. Kratuhu is the sacrifice I do in order to get some happiness out of it. Again, I'm giving you some very quick worldly examples. Okay? This can be in spiritual field also. It can be like that. If I go and watch a movie, for example, I sacrifice my time and my money and my energy and all that, but in return I get at least some temporary happiness. An example of soma sacrifice. So the real sacrifice, when I give myself up, take the anushthanagal and all that, and sacrifice sleep and sacrifice various types of food and all that, control the food I take, sacrifice the type of company that I keep, and develop my sense of goodness and good values, and slowly get closer and closer to Bhagavan, to this sense of bliss. That is soma sacrifice in reality. Okay? So yajna kratuhu, sarva yajna kratuhu, all these types of sacrifices that is taking place, and ishtihi, through desires, okay, all desires, bandhanaha is bondage. What does it mean? All types of sacrifices, Swami, you are really bound. Only bandhanaha. You are bound only by sacrifice. That is the bondage between Prakriti and Bhagavan. And I am part of Prakriti right now. So my bondage with Swami is only through yajna, only through sacrifice. That's the way I must take that. Somastu retaha savanani avastitaha samsta avibhedaha tava deva dhatavaha satrani sarvani sarira sandhihi tvam sarva yajna kratuhu ishti bandhanaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavanto. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavanto. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavanto. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.